Hey guys, Dan here with Battlefield Curator, and today we're going to discuss some ways that you can save more money in order to buy those dream guns for your collection. Well, because in theory, if you could save more money, the more financially stable you can be, and you'd be ready to take advantage of some opportunities, say they come your way. So number one, what you want to do is minimize your debts. Typically, Americans have debts such as home loans, car loans, and student loans. So of course, yes, we need a home to live in. It's surviving. And it's the American dream. America! So right now, interest rates are low and many Americans are buying houses. House prices have gone up, but the interest rates remain low. So if you're looking for a home right now, try to find one within your means. Just because you get approved for a $500,000 home doesn't mean you need to go out and buy a $500,000 home. Try to buy something that you can live within your means and not live paycheck to paycheck. Don't be house poor. And if you already have a mortgage, you might look at refinancing. And if you have a mortgage or you pay rent, but you're struggling to make ends meet, you probably want to be looking at alternatives. You may want to consider moving to a cheaper place, negotiating a pay raise, finding another job, or starting a side hustle. All right, now we're moving on to car loans. Car loans can be pretty expensive. We need transportation unless, hey, we got public trans or we're using something like a bicycle to get to work. So I see this all too often. Many young Americans are duped into buying an expensive but fancy and nice dream car. It may be fun at first having a nice car, but then they realize, hey, made a stupid mistake. I don't have any money left over at the end of the month. I'm living paycheck to paycheck. A brand new car can literally be a money pit. I mean, right off the lot, it depreciates. And then you talk about the interest that you're paying on the payments. And then you're talking about fuel consumption, maintenance, and insurance. Automobile manufacturers know that Americans typically trade in their cars about every 6 years, so they're always adding things and making the deal so enticing. So because of this, I would say refrain yourself from buying other cars frequently. Oh yeah, and due to the recent chip shortage, used vehicles are high in demand right now. This means that it may be a good time to lighten your car debt. Definitely start looking around for cheaper and reliable, keyword reliable, modes of transportation, Facebook Marketplace, or maybe some of the reputable used car dealership. Used Hondas or Toyotas are generally known as being very reliable cars. Buying in cash would probably be the best option if you don't want to add any interest to your payments. If you're mechanically savvy, then you can save some money by doing the work yourself. But if not, try to look around for a reputable mechanic in the area. So always try to go out and find the good ones with good reviews and ask some of the locals in the area that have been around for a while who they recommend. All right, and student loans are a big one. A lot of kids were and still are being tricked into a useless career field. So don't be that guy or gal. Choose a career field that has a good job outlook and that pays very well right out of college, like engineering. Engineers are in high demand. Electrical engineers, mechanical engineers, roadway engineers, irrigation engineers, engineers for all kinds of stuff. You become an engineer and you pretty much are guaranteed a job right out of college as long as you do well. And a lot of times it pays well. So yeah, if you're going to be doing college, then try to find those grants or maybe some tuition assistance programs. If you want your college paid for, you can go to the military, and while you're in the military, you'll get a tuition assistance program. And if you don't do it while you're in the military, when you get out, you can use the GI Bill. You should be forewarned though. When you join the military, you should look at your options, know your ASVAB score, and know what jobs you qualify for. Try to pick a job that is going to be relevant even if you don't retire in 20 years out of the military. If you decide to get out early, say after 4 years, then you could go into a job field in the civilian job market. Take, for instance, information technology. High demand, we always need IT folks, and computers aren't going anywhere. If you're already in student loans, try to seek help with student loan forgiveness or student loan guidance. Essentially, try to use any programs out there to your advantage. And if you want to find out how to successfully pay off debt even sooner, I suggest you analyze your monthly budget and reduce your necessary expenses. That's right, necessary expenses. Yes, so these necessary expenses can include food, taxes, healthcare, insurance, internet, cell phone, clothes. So definitely take a look at some of the things that you need for your survival and analyze them just to make sure that you're not overpaying. That means you can A, talk to your cell phone bill, negotiate a cheaper price, talk to your internet, negotiate cheaper price, and maybe cut out internet and just go to the library or use your phone, right? Let's say you would talk to your car insurance and you try to negotiate a better deal. Well, let's say they only move it a few pennies. Well, that's not a good deal. Try to look elsewhere for something better and then come back to your car insurance and say, hey, this guy is paying a few $100s cheaper. What you got? Negotiation tactics. It's sad but true that many of the necessary things that we pay for in life, we're getting ripped off and we don't even realize it. Look at taxes. Taxes has to be on that top list of things that Americans don't even realize that they're paying too much for. You might be making mistakes when you file your taxes at the end of the year and you don't even realize it. Go to a tax professional and see what they say. Have them look at your taxes and see where you're making the mistakes. A lot of Americans are paying too much in taxes when they should actually be getting money back. Okay, so number 3 on the list is to pulverize that like button and subscribe if you haven't. It really helps out with the channel, and it really helps me give you guys more information. Help me help you guys. Okay, but seriously, number 3 on the list is to reduce the unnecessary expenses. Yeah, so, I think some of the survival needs are great because you can actually go and look and see why you're overpaying for some of those things, but now it's gonna be a little bit harder to change your habits because some of the unnecessary expenses is actually just bad habits. Like going out to eat all the time for lunch. Well, instead of going out to eat for lunch all the time, how about you start packing your lunch and making sandwiches? Some of the other things you can reduce are fine dining on the weekends, going to the bar, too much money on leisure activities, entertainment, subscription services. Calculate your monthly expenses on the things you actually need and change your habits. Ask yourself, do you really need Netflix to survive? Cut out some of those unnecessary entertainment costs. Are you exhausted from trying to pay off your credit card debt or struggling to pay off your credit card by the end of the month? Stop buying stupid stuff on Amazon all the time. Going to the bar and socializing every weekend is fun, but when you look at the costs associated, entry fees, parking, fuel consumption, cover charge, and alcohol. When you get wasted, your money gets wasted. So yeah, limit some of those unnecessary and expensive social gatherings on the weekends and focus on your future. When you look at all the methods above, and if you really take them to heart, they can really help you save a lot of money. I can attest to the methods that I described in the video because I've used most of them to help me. I'm going to tell you, it's very relieving, guys, not to live paycheck to paycheck, especially with a family and kids. I really hope this video inspired you guys, and if you're struggling with financial burdens, there's always a way out. It takes the will to change and discipline, and maybe a little help from your friends and subject matter experts. I am not a financial advisor, but it may be a good idea to see a financial advisor if you're struggling with your finances. So the wiser you are with your finances, the better you'd be able to take advantage of investing opportunities and collectibles. This is Dan signing off. Be sure to learn history and curate history. Make it a great day. Boom!